and gentlemen, and welcome to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. Here live in round number 2 of the NMAA Nucinda Federal Credit Union 2A State Softball Championship Tournament. The Lady Cardinals moved into this round by defeating Rehoboth earlier, and their reward is they get to face the number 1 Lady Falcons here. The positive for sure is win or lose, they move forward to Albuquerque. They are in the double elimination round. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside my partner today. We've got the man we call the Thumb, Charlie Fairbrush. Welcome, Charlie.
Welcome, everybody. Ready for some more playoff softball here in Loving, New Mexico.
And we are getting ready to have our national anthem and officially get going with this ball game. So as soon as we do that, we'll take a little break. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Lady Cardinal sports.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Nucinda Credit Union State Softball Championships. Today's game features the visiting team, the Eunice Lady Cardinals, and the home team, the Loving Lady Falcons. Non-starters for the Lady Cardinals are number 4, Jazzy Klaus, number 5, Macy Pascal, number 22, Autumn Davis, number 20, Cheyenne Blevins. Starting lineup for the Lady Cardinals is on left field, number 10, Riley Dillard. On shortstop, number 1, Haley Jones. On second base, number 11, Leilene Zamora. In center field, number 13, Bella Pierce. Behind the plate for the Lady Cardinals is number 3, Mel Nieto. On third base is number 24, Liz Gaitan. First base, number 9, Audrey Garcia. Right field, number 17, Gretchen Ball. And pitching for the Lady Cardinals is number 2, Maddie Martinez. And now for your Lady Falcons. Your non-starters are number 3, Mackenzie Carrasco. Number 5, Chelsea Hernandez. Number 6, Noelia Vasquez. Number 12, Jaslyn Soria. Number 15, Malia Rodriguez. Starting lineup for your Lady Falcons. On third base is number 14, Lily Pina. On shortstop, number 13, Adriana Nieto. In center field, number 11, Brooklyn Marler. On right field, number 16, Abby Nieto. Pitching for the Lady Falcons is number 7, Braylee Hunt. Left field, we have number 22, Olis Gonzalez. Behind the plate catching is number 9, Lucia Smith. On second base, number 1, Arai Franco. And first base for the Lady Falcons is number 19, Ariana Carrasco. If everyone would please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Play ball.
All right. So both teams introduced. We've got the national anthem and done. And so now it is time to get this game underway. Want to shout out to some of our sponsors, Burrito Beast, Lavelle Insurance, NMJC, IPS Incorporated. In fact, we want to make sure that we remind everyone that IPS is part of the sponsors putting on the Charity Golf Classic benefiting Light of Lee County. June the 13th, that's Saturday at Rockwind Community Links, the golf course in Hobbs. It's a 3-person tournament, $650 for a 3-player entry, 1 low ball tournament for lower handicaps.
Unknown caller.
There we go. 1 scramble for the higher handicaps. First, second, third place trophies and cash prizes, sponsorship opportunities, IPS Incorporated Charity Golf Classic. Also, want to shout out to Eunice Health Clinic, Badger Hydrovac, the City of Eunice, Debbie's Country Kitchen, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Garage, Eunice Wrecker, Thomas Welding, Guns Up Services, Outlaw Grill, NMR Pipeline, Parker Energy, Redbird Gas, Eunice Public Schools, and Eunice Pump and Supply.
We got to have those sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be here, ladies and gentlemen.
That is definitely right. I'll shut the microphone off to my phone. That way, if anybody else calls me, it's
Unknown caller.
Popping up in the
Hey,
middle
I'm
of our
just glad
call.
it didn't say something like side chick.
Well, yeah, you don't
And then
want to say
because your
that.
wife's listening,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Don't get mad at her.
That had me in a pickle. So, anyway, coming to the plate will be number 14, Lily Pena. In the circle again is Miss Martinez. Yep. She was in the circle for the first game, got the big win over Rehoboth, and so she throws that first one in there for a strike. Shout out to my main person, Amaya Martinez. That's our pitcher's sister, one that I used to coach many, many years ago when I was in Hobbs. And so anyway, that looked like a good pitch, called ball. So ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here. As Maddie Martinez in the circle. 1-1. Here comes the next pitch. That one's hit high towards center. Center fielder trying to get under it. Going to make the catch. That is Pierce. And so down goes Pena on the fly ball to center.
Up next for the Lady Falcons is shortstop number 13, Adriana Nieto.
That'll bring up Adriana Nieto, the shortstop for this Falcon team. She's a left-hander. And she steps up there ready. She squares around showing bunt. Kind of reached. The pitch was outside, trying to drag it, but an outside pitch is a hard pitch to drag.
Yeah.
And she kind of caught it off the tip of the bat, fouled it off for strike number 1. And this is Adriana Nieto. Once again, she gets in there ready to go. Really got her feet way back. And she does that, of course, because she's going to drag. But, I mean, her tiptoes are on the white line and the back half of the white line.
She's got plenty of room to move.
Yep, she is all the way back there, almost in the catcher's lap. As here comes that next pitch, as it's going to be outside for ball 2. So 2-1.
Maddie just needs to pitch to the glove and not worry about the movement.
Yep.
It gets throwing her off.
Yeah, sometimes you start seeing that, and it makes it tough. As that one's going to be high, and that'll be ball 3. So 3-1 here to this young lady, Nieto. We've talked about it before, but there are multiple Nietos on this team, and Nietos on our team.
Yeah,
and
Nietos everywhere.
Nietos everywhere. They're like Joneses, yep. As that one's going to be a ball, and so Nieto heads over to first as she's going to earn the walk. She'll give them their first base runner of this ball game, and here comes Martyr. Martyr flips her bat around, does a little crossover on the turf. And so now she's going to jump up there ready to go. And she's completely the opposite. She's at the very front end of the batter's box as she takes that first pitch. And Nieto kind of messing with us there as she takes a big lead at first, kind of bounces around, bobs, weaves, and then floats back over to first. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Martyr. That second pitch is down in the turf. And Nieto still playing. It's, once again, 2 balls, no strikes here, 1 out. This is the second game for these Lady Cardinals here today. They, they changed up the state playoff format a couple of years ago. And so what happens is that ball's hit hard toward left. It's going to get through Gaetan, rolls into left field. Picking it up and getting it back in quickly is Dillard. It'll end up being a single for Martyr. Anyway, they changed it up, and so now, you had Rehoboth and you had Eunice, the 8 and 9 seeds. They come over here, they play, and the winner of that game plays in a double elimination portion against the first round and the number 1 seed, the Loving Lady Falcons, as Martinez hits Nieto. That is the second Nieto. She gets hit by a pitch, Abby Nieto, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Hunt.
Now up to bat.
With the bases
Pitcher
loaded.
number 7, Braylee Hunt.
So Braylee Hunt comes to the plate. She's got runners on every base, so the bases are loaded. 1 out. Here comes the next pitch, and that ball's hit toward left. It's going to get through. Dillard going to come up firing and fire it in quickly. Holds them to a single, but not before they get their first run on the board. So an RBI single for Hunt. That'll bring up Olis Gonzalez.
Now entering as a courtesy runner is number 3, Mackenzie Carrasco.
So Carrasco going to come in and courtesy run for Hunt. And Gonzalez comes to the plate.
Left fielder number 22, Olis Gonzalez.
So bases still loaded, 1 out, 1-0 is your score. Gonzalez waiting on the official. We visited a little bit about that official in the first game. He seemed irritated. Had a little confrontation as there's a drive into right center field.
Spot.
It's going to roll to the fence. 1 run scores, 2 run score, 3 run score, and they're going to hold up Gonzalez with the triple as she clears the bases on a 3 RBI triple.
And it's kind of funny on the score bug. They're actually start batting like a visitor, but the runs go on the home side.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it might be a little backwards.
But that's
it's
okay.
4-0, and here comes Coach Kemple out to visit with his pitcher. As looks like he's just asking her, "You all right? You gonna be okay? You want to do something different?" She pitched a whole game before this
she
one.
has 7 innings.
Yeah, it went the distance, and it was a game where they threw a lot of pitches. Now in softball, typically that pitch count issue is not necessarily the issue, but you still get tired no matter what it is that you're doing. I mean, that's a lot of time standing out there in the circle with the ball in your hand. And so even though you don't have that same issue that baseball has because of the overhand versus underhand motion, it still makes you tired.
Yep.
I mean, it's just the way it is. And so Martinez went 7 full innings in that first game, and she's back here ready to go, and she fires that one down that outside corner.
Got her all tuned up, ready to go.
Anyway, we were talking about that ump in the first game. Him and Coach Kemple got into it over here on first base, and he looked mad the rest of the game, which I hadn't noticed him before that, as they hit a chopper toward short. Jones going to come in, scoop it up, fires it over toward first. The throw pulls Garcia off the bag, and she's going to reach safely on the RBI single as a run is going to score.
Now up to bat, second baseman, number 1, Anaí Franco.
Anaí Franco comes to the plate with a runner on first, 1 out. And here comes that pitch, and that one's right down the middle for the strike. And anyway, after that, we started watching him. It seemed like he was irritated the rest of the game. So we watched him in between games, and even at the beginning. I think it's just the look on his face. You know, they have a saying for that usually with folks, and we won't say it here on the thing, but they do have a saying for that. He just has that look, where he seems to be
the RB. What?
Well, it's almost like an RBI, but not quite. That's when somebody runs home after somebody hits the ball, but this is an RB something else. Anyway, he just has that look to him. It just seems like he's irritated. And so there's a drive into left center field. It's going to go to the wall. Scooping it up is Dillard on the 1 hop off the wall. She's going to fire it back in quick, and that is a double for Franco. The Loving faithful going crazy.
And the Loving girls are getting them bats going.
Now up to bat,
they've got a group of young ladies here, like a little softball group that's here making some noise in the bleachers. They were recognized earlier, and that'll bring up Ariana Carrasco, and they're going to send
bring her some equipment.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to convince
that it's not really a visit.
Oh no, they're gonna they are. They're gonna move Jones over there. And Jones is going to take her sunglasses and give them to Kimple.
And he put them on.
And I can tell you, we visiting with Jones's mama sometime during the season. She told me something about the mask.
Yeah.
And I want to say she had said she told her daughter like something about, if you're out there pitching and you don't put that mask on, I'm gonna come drag you off the field. So I believe Jones will put the mask on.
I would leave it off. I just want to see her come drag her off.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
You know, I was a catcher. And I talk about it all the time. My buddy was a pitcher, and he's now the head coach at Southern Arkansas University. In fact, the head coach at New Mexico Junior College used to work for him as an assistant. My buddy was pitching, and we were playing in the state tournament in Arkansas. And he threw a fastball down the middle, and the batter from a team we were playing in the state tournament hit the ball, bases loaded. We were up like 3 or 4 runs, and the ball hit the pitch. I mean, like immediately hit the bat, hit him right in the forehead, knocked him smooth out, and that ball probably went 30 foot into the air.
Oh man!
And before that, of course, they didn't stop play, and the whole team's concern was with our pitcher laying
running
there.
around the bases.
He literally was laying there with his legs kicking on home plate or on the mound, out cold. And they're running around the bases, and we ended up losing that year in the state tournament in that game on that play.
Just because it was.
Anyway, so we talk about that fairly regularly when we get together or see each other. There's a drive into center. 1 run's going to score. And that was Carrasco. 2 runs are going to score, so she's going to have a 2 RBI single. This dadgum Falcon team, Lady Falcon team, is just
like
salty.
A buzzsaw,
they
man.
are. It is 7-0 here in the bottom of the first, and they are absolutely salty. They moved Zamora over to short, trying to see. It looks like maybe Martinez on second, and there's a swing and a foul ball as they have batted around, and they're now to the top of the lineup.
And with only 1 out.
Yes. So this is Lily Pena. She flew out her first trip up, and that is the only out of this ball game. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's hit back into the screen for a foul ball. So 0-2 here to Pena.
Spectators really got to pay attention because I've seen a few hit into the stands already.
Yeah, they don't have that top on it's not finished yet.
It yet.
And some of these fly balls, the fouls, will wake them up in the back if they're not looking, especially when the sun's bright like this. A lot of them got little umbrellas on them.
It's kind of hard to see.
Oh man, you take a knot on the head from one of them balls coming down deep, almost like my bottle of shampoo on my big toe. As that ball's going to be high for ball 2. Yep. So 2 balls, 2 strikes and an out in a 7-0 game here. Haley Jones now in the circle for the Lady Cardinals. Here comes the next pitch to Pena. And that one's going to be low and a late jump, but Carrasco says, yeah, I think I'll go. And she heads over. She kind of like started to go, then turned and looked back at the coach like, do I go? And the coach was like, yeah, go.
Yes,
and then she took off. And
it's almost too late.
And so she's now on second with a smile on her face.
Might not want to.
That's right. What do they say? It's better to ask for forgiveness.
Exactly.
So anyway, she was trying to ask for permission, and that is going to be ball 4 as number 14, Pena, with the walk.
For the Lady Falcons is shortstop number 13,
So Adriana Nieto comes to the plate. She walked her first trip up. She's a left-hander. And the bases now, runners on first and second. And here she comes, and she does the old slap is what she does. And so we talked about her the first time up just a few minutes ago. She stands at the very back of that batter's box.
Room to move.
Yes, and then runs toward the front to slap at it. As here she comes, and she's going to slap it right to the pitcher. Pitcher going to scoop it, throws it over to third, gets the lead runner.
And
so
move.
a good play there by Jones. as down goes
Next up
Nieto.
to bat for the Lady Falcons, center fielder number 11, Brooklyn Marler.
So that'll bring up Brooklyn Martyr. Young lady had a single her first trip to the plate. 2 outs in a 7-0 game. We're in the bottom of the first. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit into shallow right. Right fielder going to come up and grab it. Scoops it up, looking in.
Throw it.
And now they get it back in. Did you say we're in the top of the first?
Top of the first. That's what I'm saying. They batting first like they're batting in the visitor position.
Oh, wow.
But on my scoreboard, it shows them as the home team.
I got you.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the top of the first.
So they're playing in the visitor spot.
Yes.
Oh, that's a close play there at third.
Almost got her.
Yeah, I guess that's throwing me off. But
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
what that's
Yeah,
what
because
threw
we're
me
here
off.
in Loving, but we're the visitor.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the home team.
I
Yeah,
guess
I
we're the
don't
home team.
I don't know, but we batted.
I guess because we won a game. I don't know
Yeah.
how that works.
Yeah, because we're
'Cause-
Loving is batting first, so I guess
That's right.
that's
I didn't even think
it
Yeah.
just threw me off.
That's what I was saying a while ago. They're
Yeah.
showing us as the visitor,
Yeah.
but they're batting as the visitor.
Yep. And there's a high fly towards center. It's going to find the turf. Scooping it up is Pierce. She's going to fire it in.
Too.
Jones going to cut it off there at the pitcher's mound, but not before a couple more runs score.
Now up to bat, pitcher number 7, Braylee Hunt.
So here comes Braylee Hunt to the plate. She got hit by a pitch her first trip up there. So, okay. I guess I got the wrong ones then. I had Martyr with 2 singles and Nieto getting hit by a pitch
That's
her
what I've
last
got.
time up there.
Hit
Is
by
that what you
pitch.
got?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
and that one's going to
That'll
get through,
get
and
by.
it's going to roll to the wall. It goes all the way to the wall. Making the turn is Hunt. I'm sorry, Nieto. That's Hunt.
I think I was behind one as well, Jimmy. I don't know how that happened, but that was number 7. I was still thinking Abby Nieto was
Now
batting.
up to bat, left fielder number 22, Elise Gonzalez.
Yeah, I'm all off. So this is Elise
Well, this'll be
Gonzalez.
Elise, yeah.
Courtesy runner, Mackenzie Carrasco now enters.
So anyway, here we go. We've got Elise Gonzalez at the plate. She had an RBI triple, or 3 RBI triple her first trip up. And she steps up there. It's 11-0 here. And it does throw me off looking at the board because I'm in Loving. We're playing Loving. That's all right. But we're
the home team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we are the home team. And what's even crazier than that is we're both wearing the exact same uniforms.
The only difference is the Cardinals have little stripes.
A little
on there.
pinstripe,
Yeah,
yeah.
pinstripes.
Yeah, but we've got the same uniforms on. We've got we're playing in different spots as far as home and visitor.
Right. Well, that's why I was asking earlier. They're on this side,
Yeah.
which is actually the visitor side.
Yeah. Well, but I will tell you that usually when you come here and play Loving, it seems like they're always in this dugout.
Yeah.
It seems like we're always backwards in that too. So anyway, she's going to earn the walk as Elise Gonzalez walks. And so now that'll bring up
Lucia Smith.
Lucia Smith. And
The
she had
catcher.
a single with an RBI her last trip up. And so she's got runners on the corners with 2 outs. The score is 11-0. She's digging in there ready to go. Haley Jones in the circle. Here comes the pitch, and she thought about it. They throw it over to third.
Ooh, almost overthrew her.
Yep. They do get it, though. And so, anyway, all of that for 1 ball. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Smith. Smith back in there. Runner did advance over to second, so now runners at second and third. Here in a beautiful, slightly breezy afternoon in Loving. And
It's colder in here
it
than it is out there.
It is. There's a high fly ball out toward Pearson center.
Yeah,
Pierce
she
going to
handled
make
it.
the catch out
That'll
against
do
the
it.
warning track. And so that'll get the Lady Cardinals out of that pickle but not before Loving scores 11 runs. Wow. And so, anyway, we move to what I think will be the bottom of the first, and we'll take a little break. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. Here live in Eunice. In Loving.
The big city.
Yeah, right across the way, you can see the Loving Falcon baseball team. They're playing over there in the first round of the baseball tournament. Eunice got the bye. Their boys baseball did, and as the number 1 seed, they will play next week. Also, reminder, you've got the state track meet going on Friday, weekend. Saturday. And so that'll be going on this weekend. And so got a lot of young Eunice kiddos going up there for that. So good luck to them. Get up there and bring back some hardware.
No, left field.
That'll bring up Riley Dillard. So Dillard at left field. She's going to lead the Lady Cardinals off here. And so stepping up there, ready to go. So here comes the pitch to Dillard, and that's our rocket for ball 1. I'm assuming it must have been outside. It looked like it was right down the middle from our angle.
But we'll take it.
We will. If you're a Cardinal fan, you'll like it. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the next pitch, and she bunts it. Pitcher going to grab it, fires it over to first, and they're going to get her. And so a good play there by Hunt coming up to scoop that one up from Dillard and firing it over and getting her. And so she's going to go down on a ground out. That'll bring up Haley Jones. Haley Jones comes to the plate. She's now pitching. So she steps up there ready. She's going to square around. She's going to bunt it. Jones on her horse trying to get there, and she's going to get there, and she beats it out. Jones going to reach on the single. And she kind of slapped it down. Hunt came up, made a good play, fired it over to first, and they got there about a bang-bang time, but then the ball popped out of the glove. And so now Leilene Zamora comes to the plate. Jones on first. Here comes the pitch. She's going to fire a nice bunt over towards second, and she's going to get there, and while they're not paying attention, Jones runs to third. And so a nice play there by Zamora as everybody was charging as she squared to bunt, and she bunted it right past the pitcher, just out of her reach, and rolled it towards second base. And so now runners on the corners with 1 out, and Pierce at the plate, and she's going to take that first one for a strike, and Zamora will advance to second. So now runners on second and third. 1 out and an 0-1 count as Pierce steps in there ready to go. Had a great game, the Rehoboth game, just a few moments ago. And they're going to try to do the same thing, and they fire it over, and they are going to score a run. So an RBI bunt for Pierce. And so she's going to get the move the runners around, scores 1, moves somebody over to third, and so now Mel Nieto comes up here with 2 outs. She's going to square around, shows bunt, pulls it back at the last second, and so that'll make it a ball. It was a close one as Nieto kind of kept that bat hanging out there, kind of a little scurry. Oh, skirt, as she slaps at that one on 1 foot, as that makes it 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1, 2-away.
Who did we decide that Loving's boys were playing?
Raton.
Man, they had a long drive.
Yeah, they did.
Man, can you imagine being them or Rehoboth? As that ball's going to fire across. They do get Nieto, And so Nieto goes down on the ground out, trying to bunt it out there into play. And so we will move now to the second. The Cardinals, the Falcons, it's 11-1. A 10-run ball game. Reminder in softball, if you make it through 3, I think it's 15.
15, I think.
Yeah.
In 3.
So for the Cardinals to extend this game, they need to start cutting into that lead for sure. As
shut them on down.
Nieto was that last batter, so she's now over there. They're trying to get her catching gear on her, and they're going to send Coach Buckets out to catch a little bit.
He can catch a little bit.
Yeah, he's probably got a little experience behind home plate. And so I want to shout out to some of these sponsors. Eunice Pump and Supply, the Nogelmeyers and the Matthews, Eunice Public Schools, Mr. Hatch, Rosie, Miss Hahn, Anthony Pender, Matt Coy, David Gallegos. Am I missing anybody? I think that was everybody, right?
I think you did get them all.
Redbird Gas, Mr. Bart Parker, Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny Parker, NMR Pipeline, Dale Bettis, Stacy Pop and their crew, Outlaw Grill, Johnny Robertson, Guns Up Services, the Thompson family, Thomas Welding, Mr. Justin Thomas, Eunice Record, John Dean and Maureen Davis, Redbird Garage, Josh and Erica Jones. Shout out to them. And so coming up to the plate will be Anaí Franco. And
so doubled her last.
Yes, she did. She absolutely hammered one out there off the wall. As it is now 11-1. So Franco steps in there ready to go. Here comes the first pitch from Jones. Swing and a miss for strike number 1.
Looked like she wanted to hit another one out there.
And then we threw it over Jones out towards second base. So second base has to run and shag it and fling it back in there. So 0-1 is your count in an 11-1 game. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's hit over toward third. Gaetan going to scoop it up. She fires it across there, and they're going to get her. So Gaetan with a good field and play. Garcia stretches over at first and gets her.
Now up to bat for the Lady Falcons, first baseman number 19, Ariana Carrasco.
Ariana Carrasco up to bat. Had a base hitter last at bat.
With 2 RBIs her last trip up there. And so
that one was about 4 feet over her head.
Yep, for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes here, and a 1 out. Second inning, 11-1 is your score. Here comes the second pitch, and that was going to be high for ball 2. Ball 2. So 2-0. Waiting. And here comes Jones. She's going to rock and fire that one. Fouled back into the screen for a strike. So 2-1 here with an out. Once again, we're in the second inning. This is the second game for the Lady Cardinals. Loving steps out here as the number 1 seed. Scooping it up is Zamora. Zamora flings it across the diamond, and she's going to get her. So Zamora with a good field, a good throw, and Garcia does a good job stretching, making the catch. So down goes Carrasco on the ground out, and that'll move us up to the top of the lineup with Lily Pena coming to the plate. She had a fly out her first trip up there, then walked her last time up, and she hits this one into shallow left field, and that was a neat-looking little hit. Just kind of dinked it right over the top of the third baseman, and just
good spot for a base hit.
Yeah, kind of looked like me with a sand wedge. At least when I can hit it. Usually I hit the ground about as far as that went, but anyway. Yep. So now we will have, is this?
Adrian Nieto.
Yep, so Nieto back up there. And so a 1-0 as she takes the first one. So Nieto stepping back in, ready to go. As here comes the next pitch, as she's going to slap at it. Slaps it over toward left field. Trying to get there was Zamora. They throw it over into right field.
Go to third.
Ball did a really good job of getting that ball back in, kind of backing up over there, because that could have been real ugly real quick.
Yep.
But it does advance the runners, and we'll have runners on the corners, first and third, with 2 outs. So Brooklyn Martyr comes to the plate. As the young lady, I have her as singling both times she's been up there, as she will take that first one off the turf. And on the turf ball for a ball, the runner's going to advance. So now runners on second and third. As Martyr's going to step back in there. RBI single her last trip to the plate. So here comes the next one, and she swings at that one for strike one on the foul ball. 1-1. I'm assuming, I don't know if that's Eunice or it's almost got to be Loving. The chant.
Chatter.
I was thinking maybe it was
chatter.
little kids, but I think it's them. Yeah, I think it's the youngsters from the Loving dugout
And
here.
we're all closed in up here.
Yeah, man, it's pretty loud. So 2-1. I kept looking, trying to see if maybe it was like the little kids in the bleachers, but I think it is the dugout. So 3 balls and a strike here to Martyr. She's back in there ready to go. Jones going to step on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. That was going to be high and outside.
And put her down.
And that'll walk Martyr over.
That'll fill them up.
Bat number 16, Abigail.
So Abby Nieto comes to the plate, and she's got the bases juiced. This young lady the other day, when we covered the game in Eunice, hit back-to-back homers over the fence. Hit like a 2-run and a 3-run.
There's a nice hit.
And she hammers that one all the way to the wall. She hit it so hard that it bounced off the wall really quickly. They do throw it home, and they're going to get her. A nice throw in from out there from Dillard. As Dillard took a one-hopper off the wall. She hit it so hard that it hit the wall quicker than I think anybody expected. Came right back to Dillard. Dillard came up firing, and they get her at home, but not before a run scored. And so that's going to make it 13-1. We move to the bottom of the second.
Yeah.
You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Did you know that Cardinal Hardware isn't just your ordinary hardware store? They're your one-stop destination for all your hardware needs. As the sole hardware store in town, they take pride in being locally owned and operated, serving the community with dedication and care. Cardinal Hardware is fully stocked with all the essentials you need, ensuring you can find everything you're looking for right in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Loving as the Loving Lady Falcons, the #1 team in the state of New Mexico, lead the Lady Cardinals 13-1. We're in the bottom of the second, and Loving with the big lead here. In the circle is Brayley Hunt, and so coming to the plate
Liz Gatan.
will be Lizzie Gaitan. Lizzie, the senior, steps in there ready to go. Here comes the pitch. She's going to square around, and it seems to be the plan of the Eunice
Just
team
bunt.
is they're just going to bunt. I think like the last 5 batters
I think you're right.
have
Some
bunted.
a couple of them got on, too.
Yeah, and that one's going to bunt right to the pitcher, and she's going to catch it, and out she goes. And so Gaitan goes down on the pop fly off the bunt.
A real short fly out.
Yeah, guess that's what you call that. So here comes Aubrey Garcia.
She backed up and swung it.
For strike number 1. So 0-1 here in a 1-out ball game, or 1-out inning. And so here we go. Here comes the next pitch. That one's hit foul, just kind of chops its way down to third base dugout. And so 0-2. So back in there's Garcia. There went some kind of piece of paper flying through the air. It was kind of, yeah, there it is. There she drives one
nice
into
hit.
right center field, and Garcia going to make the turn, the 8th grader, with a nice hit. So a good job right there. A beautiful single into right center field by Garcia. Well hit ball. As I was watching the piece of paper, there was a piece of paper. I guess it got caught. There's like the wind coming around this building, and it kind of twists, and so that piece of paper just keeps flying up around in front of the screen and then going back down. Is Garcia going to try to steal? And she's in there.
Wow.
As Garcia heads into second, and so now she's there. Garcia doing work as an 8th grader, yeah. So this is Gretchen Ball at the plate, batting in that left-handed stance, and she swings and misses there for strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike on a 1 out. And once again, we are here in the second inning.
Second inning of the second game.
Yep, and Ball takes a big swing at that one for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. 1 ball, 2 ball. Well, I mean,
and Ball's batting.
Two ball, Ball the batter.
Ball batter.
1 ball, 2 miss ball. As anyway, that one's high and outside, and so that makes it
balls everywhere.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 ball. Yeah, and so here comes the pitch, and that one is right down the middle, and down she goes. A nice pitch there for sure. As down goes Ball on the strikeout.
Our pitcher coming up here.
Maddie Martinez, she's like, I'll just bunt it. And then she swings at it as all of the Loving infield was headed in there. And they're going to see what they do. She's going to square around, and here they come pushing forward. And they throw it over toward third, and that's actually a really good play because the third baseman, because she squared away, the third baseman's charging.
So she was off the
And there was
bag.
nobody covering third. The shortstop was
job.
trying to get there. And so anyway, she's going to now be standing on third with 2 outs and a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch to Martinez, and she takes that one. Right. They called a strike. Late call, but he called it. Looked like a good pitch from our angle.
He had to grind his teeth. And
yeah,
think
he
about
did.
That for a minute.
He was like, let me chew on that ball a minute. As that one is right down the middle. And he does, man, he had like a 5-second delayed call, but he does call it. And so down she goes. Down goes Martinez on the strikeout. And so anyway, that'll move us to, I believe, the third now. As we move to the third, the Lady Cardinals trail 13-1. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Thank you to Wilson Sports Goods.
Thomas Welding, precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hobbs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. We are here in inning number 3. The pitcher, Braylee Hunt, going to lead off the Falcons here in this inning. And she's going to step in there ready to go. Hunt has
been a double our last at bat. Well, a single and a double. Mm-hmm. Let's don't keep that moving.
So here we go. Jones in the circle for the Lady Cardinals. They hit a high pop fly right back up over short. Shortstop trying to get there, and Zamora are going to make a good catch over there behind third base. And so down goes Hunt on the fly out. So that'll bring up Elise Gonzalez.
Now up to bat number 22, Elise Gonzalez.
Gonzalez had a 3 RBI triple her first trip to the plate. She walked her last time up. Here comes the pitch, and that one is outside. Yeah.
He don't
Yeah,
call it quick.
He definitely has a delayed call. He's one of those that
You got to study it for a minute.
not only does he look mad, he
might be mad.
makes everybody mad, and how long it takes him to call a strike. If he calls a ball, it's like he signals it almost immediately, usually. But
Strike, you got to contemplate on
yeah,
it.
you got to wait on it a while. So 2-0 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on,
man,
hit
nice
hard
hit.
toward left field. It one hops off the wall. Dillard picks it up. She's going to sling it back into Zamora, and a double from Gonzalez. She's now got a double and a triple trying to hit for the cycle.
Now up to bat for the Lady Falcons. It's
Brings up
pitcher
Lucia
number
Smith, the
9,
catcher.
Lucia Smith.
So Lucia Smith will come to the plate. She had a single with an RBI and a fly out her last trip up there. She's got a runner on second with one out. Here comes the pitch. It's hit hard toward left field. Dillard going back. It's going to go just off the top of her glove. Dillard scoops it up, fires it in. They're trying to get it in. It's going to be a close play at the plate. They get her there. Oh, man, it was a close one at third. And so making the slide in there is Smith, and so she's going to end up with an RBI. And we'll call it a triple, probably a double, but anyway, she reaches third on the throw home.
Now entering the batting lineup.
So
is
number
for
3,
Franco is number 3,
Mackenzie Carrasco is going to come in and bat this time for Franco. And so Carrasco now comes to the plate. And so with one out, a runner on third, you got a 14-1 game. And then it looks like maybe, no, I thought they were going to have a courtesy runner, but he's just coming to get her little mitts and whatnot. Yeah, I didn't have all that when I was a youngster. Yeah, they got little mitts that protect their fingers and little mitts that protect their knees and little mitts that protect their ankles. And yeah, there's all kinds of little protective things that they wear. But I also rode in the back of a pickup and didn't wear a seatbelt and had a dad that smoked a pack a day and
had the windows both
had the
rolled up.
windows
Yeah.
rolled up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you just got to smell it, wherever you went. And people
Eyes
said, "Man, how
watering."
much do you have to smoke?" Well, I don't know.
smoked more.
Probably a pack and a half a day. I don't. So anyway, it was just a different world back
They
then.
didn't know
I
anything
guess.
about secondhand smoke.
No, I'm assuming my eyes must have been bloodshot and watery every time I got to school, but there's a chopper over down the third base line, going to go foul. And this
She's
is
an
Carrasco,
8th
said an 8th grader, yeah. Yeah, I think back on those days, and, I rode around on a three-wheeler with no helmet, jumping ramps, and,
I don't know how we lived through
I
it.
don't either. I'm not sure how we did it. So,
I actually got bounced off the back of a tailgate one time.
yeah.
They had to turn around and come back
There's
and
a
get me.
drive into left field, a single by the 8th grader, and Carrasco with the RBI single. And the Loving Falcons go crazy as the 8th grader comes in on the substitution, and now Coach Kemple, he brings the sunglasses out. I'm assuming he's going to send Jones back to short. And in comes, I thought Cheyenne Blevins. Yeah, Cheyenne Blevins, it looks like it's going to come in the circle. They're going to send Martinez, I think, to right. I'm assuming Jones will go to short, which will move Zamora probably to second. And so it looks like Cheyenne going to come in. Blevins is a young lady that's had some knee troubles. And so she was probably, she was the Cardinal pitcher most of last year and then started having knee problems.
Yeah.
And it cost her volleyball and basketball season. And anyway, the doctor that was treating her originally, there was some, I guess some confusion. I'm not sure. But at some point, midway through basketball season, she had her knee scoped. And has since been recovering fairly quickly.
Right.
And in fact, it was right here. The last time you and I were here, Charlie, was the first time she had
pitched.
been back actually in a softball game. And so she's been getting a few innings here and there. But she's, another one of those fairly youngsters. I think
Yep.
she's a sophomore.
Sophomore, I believe.
And so-
they heal quick, too.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Yeah, definitely quicker healers than me. You know, I drop a bottle of shampoo on my toe and I'm out of commission for a few days. And so definitely not what you want to have happen. So
Well,
coming in now, we've got Malaya Rodriguez.
We're going to have to find something for Rosie. We have to smash one of his body parts. Or he'll, we got the toe, the thumb.
Yeah.
I'll have to find out something.
Maybe he
to
could
do
be
with
the
him.
tongue. We could
Tongue or something. Yeah.
We could pierce the tongue. We'd have it all swollen up for him, and he'd be the tongue. Rosie the tongue.
There you go, Rosie the tongue.
There
That
we
sounds
go.
good.
The tongue, the thumb,
The way it just rolls
and the
off your
toe.
tongue. Huh?
Yep. Yeah, maybe it'll
There
all
you go,
be
Rosie.
T's.
If you're listening, Rosie, you know what you got to do, man.
Yep. So 15-1 is now your score. Runner on first, one out. And Rodriguez at the plate for Loving. And that pitch going to be high and inside for ball three. So 3-0 here to Rodriguez. Waiting on the next one. Cheyenne Blevins comes in. She hits that one hard towards center. Going back, it's going to skip off the wall. And because it was a high fly, kind of hung the the runner on first up for a while, but Rodriguez takes an absolute rocket to the center field fence. And all of that for a single.
To bat for the Lady Falcons, number 14, Lily Pena.
So number 14, Lily Pena, she is the leadoff batter. She had a fly out and a walk her first two trips to the plate. It's a 15-1 game, and that ball's going to be low for ball one. Runners on first and second. Still just one out here. It's the Lady Cardinals trail big early. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be, I'm assuming, inside.
He put his hand on his hips. So that's
He
gotta
did.
be-
He did. He
He
puts his
didn't
hand up
go up
on
with
his
it.
hips, and when he dips, we dip. But I think that's a song.
I think I heard it.
That's right. And that one's going to be a 3-0 count.
Yeah.
So 3 balls, no strikes here. And to Pena. And she's back up there ready. Here comes the pitch. That ball's hit hard toward right. Dillard going to come in, make a great play, and
Nice
fires it in. And so down goes Pena on the line out to Dillard. So a great play there by Dillard. And that'll bring up number 13, Adriana Nieto. So slapper.
Yep.
Does the little slap bunt thing,
Got
gets
to
the
pitch to
very
the
back.
glove, girl. Pitch to the glove.
So she had a walk, a ground out, and a single her last trip up there as running through, and that'll be ball 2. And so once again, runners on first and second, 2 outs in a 15-1 game. Blevins going to fire that one, I'm assuming, inside for a ball, and even the batter turned around and kind of made
what was it?
So anyway, it's a 3-0 count now. Here comes the pitch. Oh,
There's
and
a
that one's
strike.
going to be called a strike.
Go figure.
So 3-1 here with 2 outs.
He called that one pretty quick, too.
Yeah. And they slap at that one, foul. So now we got a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
When he pitched.
Once again, this is Nieto. No, that's not right. This is,
No.
this is Nieto.
Yes,
It's the
Nieto.
first of Nietos. And that one's going to be hit foul. So 3-2 after a second
this-
consecutive foul ball.
She's the shortstop, Adrian Nieto.
So back up there, ready to go. Once again, runners on first and second. Blevins going to kick and fire, and that one's low.
That'll load him up.
That'll load them. So
Now up to bat for
Nieto.
the Lady
Brooklyn Marler.
Falcons, center fielder, number 11,
So Brooklyn
Marler.
Marler comes to the plate, had a single, a RBI single, and a walk. So she's got on base every time she's been up there. She's now got the bases loaded with 2 outs, and she takes
got
a
on that
shot.
time. Man, that's
Is that look like it hurt? It hurt me,
It
and
looked like it hurt.
and I was
Yes.
just watching. I mean, that almost hurt as bad as that bottle of shampoo that fell off on my toe.
Real quick update on the boys game. They are trailing at the top of the third, 0-1 to Raton.
So Raton leads Loving's boys
We have
1-0
entry for
in the
the
third
in the
inning.
third inning. So this is
Entry
number
lineup
5,
will
Chelsea
be number
Hernandez.
5, Chelsea Hernandez.
Chelsea Hernandez is coming in as a sub here in this game. It's 16-1, so they've now got that 15-run
Yeah.
number that they need. If Loving can either, if they don't score any more, they've got the bases loaded with 2 outs. But if they don't score any more, if they can hold the Cardinals, then this game would be over right here in this inning, I believe.
Yep. 3 innings. We'll get to bat one more time.
Yep. And so that first pitch is going to be called a strike for strike number 1.
Yep.
So 0-1 here to Chelsea Hernandez. And that is going to be a ball. He's showing 1-1.
Yeah.
So 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be high and outside for ball 2. So 2-1. Man, if you missed that first game today, Eunice
That was a
Rhea
good game.
both a
That was
good
a really
one.
good game.
I agree, and that one's going to be inside for ball 3. So 3-1 here with 2 outs.
Bases loaded.
Yep.
Need a couple more strikes, young lady.
Rearing back and kicking that one right down the middle, and a late call, but a strike. So 3 balls,
2 strikes.
2 strikes, and 2 outs. So see if Shine can get us out of this pickle here. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be low and outside on the walk. It'll walk one in. And so the youngster Hernandez
Now up to bat, pitcher
with the walk.
number 7, Brady Hunt.
So that'll bring up Hunt. This young lady has hit the ball well. She had a fly out, a double, and a single, and she rips that one down the third base line, and they're going to say fair. It's going to score 2, and then they're going to hold one up, so it'll be a 2 RBI double for Hunt. So definitely smacked it.
Brings up Eunice Gonzalez.
And it's now a 19-1 game, and it would be Gonzalez.
Courtesy runner is
And they are going to have the courtesy runner.
Be Noela Vasquez.
As here comes Wilson up here to visit with the umpire.
Number 22, left fielder Eunice Gonzalez.
Gonna change pitching.
I don't know, maybe.
Or something. Gonna change something because I see
Oh, Macy Pascal. So they may be
Pascal.
about to put Pascal in
We
the
have
circle.
another update on the boys game. We're now trailing 0-3.
So Raton has extended their lead next door to 3-0 over Loving. That shocks me actually because
yeah.
this Loving baseball team is a team that last year knocked the Eunice Cardinals. They were the number 1 seed in the state tournament. Loving knocked them out and went to the championship game. And so, and a lot of those kids from last year's team are back. They got a bunch of familiar names on that team anyway. Maybe missing a few, but they got a big chunk of those kids that I've been seeing their names for several years. So Macy Pascal, another 8th grader coming in. My neighbor.
Yep.
So she steps on the
Take
into the circle.
Take the helm to
Yep.
start pitching this thing.
Hey, threw that one just a bit high. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. 19-1 here in the third.
Jimmy's singing along to the music.
We're having a dance party here in the press box.
Pitching for
So
Cardinals is number
Trying to
5.
stay warm.
Macy Pascal gets into the circle. I see Daddy over there.
Yeah.
I see Grandpa and Grandma. They got the whole fam
bunch.
over there. Here comes the 8th grader. Her first pitch swung on and missed, and she
nice.
zooms one by Eunice Gonzalez. So first pitch looked pretty good. Gonzalez has got a 3 RBI triple, a double, and a walk in her first 3 trips to the plate, and that one's hit right back up into the gap. It's going to roll to the fence all the way in right center. 1 run scores. Eunice on her horse as she heads into third with a stand-up triple. That is the 2nd triple of the ball game for that young lady.
Yeah, and a double she had in a walk, right?
Yep. So that'll bring up Smith, I believe.
Yep, Lucia Smith.
Catcher number 9,
So
Lucia Smith.
Smith has a triple, a single, and then she got out on a fly out.
Yep.
And so anyway, she comes up there. It's a 21-1 game with a runner standing on third. 2 outs here. As here comes that pitch. And it's going to get by. The runner going to try to head home, and she's going to get there, and that'll make it 22-1. So it's now 22-1 here. And like, is that Kirk over there trying to find him some shade? Oh, and that one's going to hit her. And so that is number 9. That's Nieto. She gets hit by a pitch.
Oh, Lucia Smith.
Oh, it is.
Number 3, Mackenzie
Smith.
Carrasco.
Yeah,
Brings
that's
up
you're
number
right.
3,
That's hit by a pitch.
Mackenzie Carrasco.
So Carrasco is one of the subs. She's the 8th grader. Had an RBI single her last trip up there. And she's going to step in ready to go. I think I see Mr. White over there.
Yeah.
He's out running around. Another one of them with ties to Eunice America.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my main man, Leonard Skinnerd White, Hall of Famer in Lee County Sports Hall of Fame. That is his son. That's the superintendent here in Loving.
I saw pictures of him with hair the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, and it's funny because I think I've known him forever and I don't ever remember him having hair. Somebody in the press box said they saw pictures of him with hair the other day. I don't know that I've ever seen him with hair, and I've known him a long, long time. So 2 balls, no strikes. He's one of those guys like The Rock. I think he was just born with a bald head, I mean, and some people look good with that. Like my head, I've tried to shave it before. Man, I look like a white supremacist. my head is my head's not shaped like The Rock. Well, neither is my biceps, but still, it's like my head just don't have the look for that. So 2-1 here to Carrasco. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be a little high. They throw it over toward third, and
Almost got her.
yep. A late jump for the runner, but she's going to slide in there. She's going to get in there safely. So, anyway, we got a 3-1 count, 2 outs, a 22-1 game, and that one's going to be a little low and inside.
She jumped off on purpose.
Okay.
So they're going to jump off early over on third to get out, and so 22-1 is your score, and Loving trying to kind of do what the Cardinals have done in many baseball games this year, just jumping off base to take the out so that we can give an opportunity to keep this game within respectable range.
Well,
And
it's
so
probably the right thing to do. I'd have a hard time taking my helmet off, though.
you and I have talked about that. In fact, we talked about it on the way over here. It's
tough.
It's tough. It is tough. No doubt about it. Shout out to some of these sponsors: Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Public School, Redbird Gas, Parker Energy, NMR Pipeline, Outlaw Grill, Guns Up Services, Thomas Welding, Eunice Rec, Redbird Garage, Cardinal Hardware, Debbie's Country Kitchen, the City of Eunice, Badger Hydrovac, Eunice Health Clinic, IPS Incorporated, NMJC, Lavelle Insurance, and Burrito Beast. We appreciate you. Thank you
Yeah,
for all
best
that you do.
sponsors in the business right here.
Absolutely, I concur.
Make it possible for all this.
Yep. Shout out to Bob Klaus, softball final. Jal, 7. Mesilla Valley, 6, final.
So then they'll turn around and play.
I'm not sure who's over there with them, wherever they're at. Where did you say they were at a while ago?
I think I'll tell you in just a second.
We appreciate your support.
And so shout out to Bob Klaus for letting us know. And he said, how come Loving is batting first? I don't have a clue.
I don't either.
But we're all confused over that
We're all
one.
confused.
Yeah, that was definitely something new for me. But Jal gets the win over Mesilla Valley. They win 7-6. So Jal with the win in game 1 over there in their games. That is softball.
The NMAA would like to thank Jacuzzi, Cal Spas, and Blaze King for their support of the NMAA and education.
And the NMAA just think Jacuzzi Spas. What kind of sponsor is Jacuzzi Spas for the NMAA? Man, I need to. Man,
We need some sponsors like that, man.
I think somebody from the NMAA's got a Jacuzzi Spa sitting on their back porch. And
So they play
To bat for
at
the Lady
number.
Cardinals is number 10, Riley Dillard.
so Riley Dillard comes to the plate. A young lady grounded out her first trip up. She's only got to bat once here in this game. And we are in the third. So the Cardinals need some runs on the board or this game will end right here.
So Jal is in at the Gallup Sports Complex playing. They're getting ready to play Hozo Academy next.
Okay, so Hozo. So Jal wins the first game, and now they'll have to play the next one. Yep.
Ball one to really Riley Dillard. Easy for me to say. And ball 2. 2-0.
Yep. Miss Waddell, shout out to her. Appreciate you watching for
Thanks
sure.
for watching and listening.
Yep. And I, yeah. So 3 balls here. 3-0. Yep, and I concur for sure. For sure, I concur.
That's a delayed strike.
Yep. Yep.
I know a van over there behind the stands got a softball size crack in it earlier in the last game.
Yeah, man, that's a bad deal. It looked like it was a Loving van for the
Yeah,
Loving schools,
it
they
was.
said, and it busted the front windshield out while going a foul ball as Dillard's going to earn the walk.
Now batting for the Lady Cardinals, number 1, Haley Jones.
And so Haley Jones comes to the plate. She singled her last trip up to the plate. Had a heck of a first game.
Oh, yeah.
And she takes that first pitch for strike number 1. So Dillard on first. 22-1 is the score. The Lady Card's going to have to put,
Bunch of runs.
5,
up.
7 runs, 8 runs to keep this game going. And there's a high fly foul. That's one of those headaches.
That's getting closer to my truck.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Oh, strike.
Got her.
Oh, down goes Jones as I look down.
Okay.
And so down goes Jones. And so that'll bring up Zamora.
Is number 11, Lady Zamora.
Laylene
She had a
Zamora.
base hit last time.
Yes, she did. So she's got a runner on first, an out, and Laylene slaps at that one foul. Yeah, yeah. And there's a
Another
high
high
fly foul.
Everybody's holding their head. Oh, don't hit me.
Yeah, I see Kirk over there. He's over there near the end of the bleachers, just behind Coach Robbie, and Kirk's got that look, kind of like that umpire had in the first game.
Kind of a disgruntled look on him.
Yeah, you got to understand, Kirk. Kirk may be the only person in town that I know that's more competitive than me. And, and he's over there kind of by the light pole, and he's got that umpire face going right now. It's the RBI face.
Yeah.
And
RB something.
it's a bad deal, but I laugh only because I've spent many days with that same look that he's got on his face right now.
Yeah.
So it is 22-1 here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here comes the pitch and a swing and a miss for strike number 3, and down goes Zamora.
And that's 2 away.
Yep.
Now up to bat, number 13, Bella Pierce.
Bella Pierce will step in there as and if the game ends right now, it's over, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm just wondering why Nieto would still have her catching gear on.
That's true.
But
Never know.
Nieto was in the on deck circle with the catching gear
That's
on.
called glass half full, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, maybe. Yeah, and I'm always an empty guy, I guess. I'm like, why are you standing out there on deck with your catching gear on? But anyway,
I got it. Oh.
they hit that one right back over the top of us.
Back toward us. Like a
Back
turtle.
toward us like a turtle. And so on the foul ball, that makes it 0-2. So 0-2 here, 2 outs in a 22-1 game. And
They're 6-0 now, 4th inning.
here comes the pitch, man. Raton
Another
up
foul.
6-0 next door.
Oh,
huh?
man.
Man, that's a rough deal because that Loving Falcon baseball team's actually a really good baseball team. So that surprises the heck out of me. Raton must have
Must have some.
a good play, a good
Yeah.
program, a good team over there this year.
A bunch of errors.
So,
A bunch of errors.
man.
Happens.
Yep. So there's a
Ball
ball.
one.
It makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, and yeah, you're right. My apologies. It's going to take me forever, and I don't
Oh,
mean.
nice hit.
And there's a single by Bella into left, and Miss Ortiz. My apologies. For your entire life, you've been Miss Waddell to me, and now within the last year, you're Miss Ortiz, and that is, it's going to come out. It just, it's one of them things.
Oh, yeah. I didn't correct it either.
Yeah.
I messed
Shoot,
that.
I sent it. They had that grand opening of the gym the other day, or a few months back, and we were. All of me and my kids, they were doing like an alumni wall or whatever, so I sent in a deal for all the family, and I put Jada Jones on there. And Jada Jones is Jada Jenkins,
Yeah.
but
Still JJ.
she still was Jada Jones in my head, and so I didn't mean it in a disrespectful way. It's just she's been Jada Jones to me her whole life, and so. She's not Jada Jones anymore. She's Jada Jenkins. So when I turned all that paperwork in, and that's the way they wrote it up, Jada was like, I'm Jada Jenkins.
Oh,
And
my
down
goodness.
goes Nieto.
And that's the ball game.
And so that is it. The Loving Lady Falcons with the big victory here, 22-1.
Wow.
And so they take down the Lady Cardinals. However, the positive, if you're a Cardinal fan, is
They're still in the tournament.
Lady Cards are still in. It's the double elimination portion. They will move on to Albuquerque in the state tournament. This Loving Falcon team is going to be a tough one to beat.
Yep.
It's going to take one heck of a pitcher, in my opinion, to be able to take them down. I mean, they're putting 20-plus runs on the board.
And some defense, too.
Yes.
A lot of defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to some of our sponsors: Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Public Schools, Redbird Gas, Parker Energy, NMR Pipeline, Outlaw Grill, Guns Up Services, Thomas Welding, Eunice Wrecker, Redbird Garage, Cardinal Hardware, Debbie's Country Kitchen, the City of Eunice, Badger Hydrovac, Eunice Health Clinic, IPS Incorporated, NMJC, Lavelle Insurance, and Burrito Beast. IPS Charity Golf Classic, benefiting the Light of Lee County, a great nonprofit organization. That golf tournament is taking place Saturday, June 13th. $630 for a 3-player team. Entry fee, 9 a.m. shotgun start. Rockwind Community Links. 1 low ball tournament for the low handicaps. 1 scramble for the higher handicaps. First, second, third place trophies, cash prizes. Lots of options with it. contact Zoe Bracino, 806-201-6492. Shout out to them. IPS, one of our proud sponsors. We appreciate you. And once again, a great golf tournament to benefit the light of Lee County.
Helps a lot of people.
Charlie, any final thoughts?
Man, the first game was nice. The second game was tough. It was tough, but the girls, I mean, they hung in there. They just kept playing, and that's what they're going to have to do to continue on into the tournament.
This is probably the last broadcast you're going to hear from me for sure for the year. I am out. I know that, next week there's some stuff going on in Albuquerque. There's no way I can make it. I've got jury trials next week. I've got a busy court docket. I'm not going to be able to be there. Charlie may try to make it.
Potentially
I don't believe
on a Friday
Rossendo's going to make it
Saturday.
either.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that said, that'll probably be JJ, the toe, whatever they call me today.
the new
I'll be
toe.
signing out for the season. Hopefully we'll see you next year. Who knows what that may bring by the time we get there. But anyway, we appreciate you. Appreciate all of our listeners, all those ones
course,
that are
100%.
always on there for us. We appreciate you. Our sponsors. I think about it every year. When I first started, I think we had 3 sponsors.
Right.
We usually had about 3 or 4.
Now it takes
We've
10 minutes
now
to
got
run through 'em.
18 that sponsor
good
us,
sponsors,
and they
too.
do a fantastic job. We appreciate you guys. We try to make it fun. Occasionally we'll step on a few toes because we get a little carried away up here, but we try to make it fun, have a good time. Just want to let everybody know that we appreciate you. Appreciate all of them that listen and watch. And even in the other towns, it is amazing how many of these other towns we walk into, and it's like
they come wild.
they
Listen to
take
us.
good care of us. They listen. I even have people from across the state when I'm in other towns come over and say, "Hey, are you the guys from the?" And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I'm thinking, my wife's like, "Oh no, what'd you say about their town?" And anyway,
It wasn't nothing bad.
Usually it's positive. So
Mostly
anyway.
positive.
We appreciate you guys. It's always fun. I'll be out for the year, so we'll see you guys next year. I know that Nomark and TJ and possibly Charlie, maybe Ty Friend, some of that group will be up in Albuquerque for the state
Probably
tournament.
no video, but it'll just be
it'll probably be
broadcast.
that'll probably be the end of the videos for the year. They usually don't let you video when you get up there. So, with that said, for Rosendo, who's not here today, Charlie Fairbrush, and Evie and everyone back at One Radio Square, I'm Jimmy Jones saying we'll see you next year. We'll see you later. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Good night.